Nile TV from the National uh, Museum for the Egyptian Civilization. And of course, the National Museum of Civilization is the first museum devoted to the Egyptian civilization. The NMEC is situated on the archaeological site of Al Fustat in Old Cairo. It is the only museum in Egypt to present the full range of the richness and diversity of the Egyptian civilization throughout the ages, from the prehistoric times to the present day. Moreover, it is the very first of its kind and of the scale in the entire Arab world. Its exceptional connections are drawn from the Egyptian national collections. And today and now we are honored to be having with us Engineer Mahrous, the General Supervisor of the NMEC. Engineer Mahrous, thank you very much for being with us today on Nile TV.
For your coming here.
Well, thank you very much and good afternoon. I'd like first to ask you about now how far the construction has been gone, like which stage are we in now?
Yeah. Nowadays we are finishing all the construction work in the museum. Okay, we are now preparing for the phase of interior design. We are now going to finish a temporary exhibition. This temporary exhibition will be open within this year, for the end of this year. Okay. After that, we are going to prepare the second phase of exhibition. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now we have the building of reception. This is finished. Will be open by the end of this year. Okay?
Yes.
And the temporary exhibition also. We have department areas are going to be open also. That's a summary of the project.
So this is for the first phase of the temporary launch of the NMEC.
Yeah.
What about the second phase?
The second phase is for the halls of exhibition. We have several halls of exhibition. We have mummies, we have the core, we have the Nile, we have more than hall for other themes. We have an important exhibition for Capital Museum. This Capital Museum will be in the top of the building.
Yes.
The pyramids, the glass pyramids, will be in. This temporary exhibition.
So this is made of glass?
Yeah. Yeah. This temporary, this Capital Museum will be not. We are not going to put objects on it. It depends on multimedia and telescopes and interactive screens.
Wow.
It will be very nice.
Yes, indeed, it will be extremely nice.
Yeah. The designer of this temporary exhibition is a big designer, an international one, Dr. Arata Izuzaki. He's a Japanese one, and he's talent in museums.
Yes. Now, for the design of the museum itself, actually it's a collaboration between the outside an Egyptian architect and the inside the Japanese, as you've mentioned, designer, in addition, of course, to the contributions of the UNESCO. We'd like to learn more about the contributions of the UNESCO to this museum.
Yeah, museum in the beginning of the project with us hand to hand. He gives us the support, the technical support, and training for the teamwork, and we are hand to hand with him. Okay. In details, he gives us experts for every issue of the project, the technicals, the archaeologicals, and he supports us international to end this project.
Yes, regarding the halls inside the museum, you said that for the temporary launch of the NMEC, we will be having a Nile hall, a
Yeah.
hall for the mummies, a hall for other sections. So
Yeah.
who did the collections? Who managed to assemble the collection of these things?
Yeah, we have a committee for the scenario. This committee consists of the talent doctors and professors from Egypt. They finished 4 themes from the 8 themes. This theme tells the story of the Egyptian civilization from the beginning of the life till now.
Yes.
Not only archaeological, but till now.
Yes. Now, yes.
The temporary exhibition, we are going to open it within 2 months. This talking about the crafts of the Egyptian civilization. We choose 4 crafts to tell the story about it.
Yes.
The first is carpenter and textile, pottery, and the jewels.
Wow.
These 4 crafts, we are going to tell the story from the beginning of the civilization till now, and the connection between the ages of the time. Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes. Now, Doctor, for the artifacts, what's the maximum capacity of this museum? How many pieces can it take?
How many what?
How many artifacts can it house?
We have the areas of the project is so huge. We can have any capacity. This project designed on 30 fardens of area, and we have also stores for 100,000 of objects. We can save it here. It will be a quite solve and big solve for our problems in storing the artifacts.
Yes. In your opinion, what is different about the NMEC than the Grand Egyptian Museum, than the current Egyptian Museum in Tahrir, the Islamic Museum, the new museums in other governorates of Egypt as well?
Yeah. The NMC, the NEMIC, we called it NEMIC, is talking about the story of the civilization. We are not talking about the objects, the archaeological objects, no. We are talking about the civilization.
So it should be telling the story of Egypt and the Egyptians over
Through-
the ages.
Through these objects. And we can use artifacts. beside
Through the objects that
Yeah.
they used
Yeah.
when they were living,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Plus the artifacts, we can use it side by side by the objects to tell the visitors about the connection between the old and the new ages.
Yes.
This is the most important for the museum civilization.
Now, for the ancient pieces, you'll be putting most probably there'll be some type of pictures. There'll be the artifacts.
Of course.
Yes, but what about the modern section? What's the plan for the modern section?
The modern section is, as I said,
Like, would you use statues? Would you use films? What would you do?
yeah, we are using statues, we are using film, we are using components of some pieces to tell the visitor the cleverness of the workers through the ages of the life. And we can also use the graphics, yeah. And the screens will be shown also beside the objects to telling the full story of every piece.
In your opinion, do you think that such a museum, dynamic as you call it, would be more attractive to the Egyptians who want to know the civilization of their country, or the tourists coming from outside of Egypt want to know about Egypt as it is through the history?
Yeah. This project contains a commercial area to attract the local visitors as well as the foreigners. We have here a cinema. We have 42 stores here. We have a theater. We have a lot of components to attract the visitors to see. We have also a huge garage, about 500 cars capacity, and about 50 buses, big buses. It will not be a problem to park here.
Yes.
Yes. Well,
These facilities attracts the visitors as well as the foreigners to see the museum.
Yes.
Well, Engineer Mr. Mahrous Saeed, the General Supervisor of the National Museum of Civilization, thank you very much for this interview.
Thank you and welcome. We hope see you when we are opening the timber exhibition and the first phase of the project. Thank you.
Very soon,
Welcome.
Very soon,
Thank you.
yes. And now we will be enjoying a song called Egypt, the Land of Civilization, which is sang in 3 different languages. So let's enjoy the song and we'll be back.